Roller Coaster Tycoon. This came out in 1999, and I played a hell of a lot of this. I gotta be honest. This I would play until all hours of the night and get in trouble. I would play this instead of doing schoolwork, and that's also what got me in trouble when it came to this game. Now, Roller Coaster Tycoon is a simulation theme park building and management game, and it's pretty fun. Even back when it came out, it got rave reviews, 9s, high 8s by major publications, and I have to say that it's worth it. It was really entertaining. Roller Coaster Tycoon is one of the greatest theme park based simulators that ever came out. In fact, it's arguable that it was the best theme park simulator series to ever come out. Your whole purpose in this game is to build and manage a theme park and hopefully be successful while doing so. There are 21 scenarios on the main game, and each scenario essentially has an objective along the lines of have X amount of people in your park with X amount of park value by the end of October of X year. You essentially insert X for each scenario, and each scenario has its differences based on its overall theme. The others, of which there's a few others that are already pre-unlocked, you have to unlock by beating the scenarios prior, in any order. You can tell if it's unlocked or not because unlocked levels or scenarios will be white, whereas locks are still gray. There is a 20-second scenario that you can unlock by beating all 21 scenarios. And as one could expect, the further down the list you go, the harder the scenarios get. Roller Coaster Tycoon was not the only roller coaster or theme park based game. However, unlike its competitors, such as Theme Park by Bullfrog, which came out in 1994, or a Windows game where it allowed you to build a roller coaster and then ride it in 3D perspective, it was the most customizable for its time. You could do literally anything you wanted to do that you could think of. Depending on what it was, you could build roller coasters, build go-kart tracks, build a whole bunch of other things, including mazes. You could also design your layout of your park and also come up with some pretty aesthetics. Now, while this game was fun, it still has its problems. For one, it's simplistic. There's not a lot of overall arcing differences between scenarios as far as objectives go. There's also not a sandbox version of the game where you can build without restrictions on money or not having objectives. Other minor issues were, well, music. It was very lacking in this game. Whereas there's so much customization that you can do with rides and such, there was no music outside of the title screen and the merry-go-round ride. Another issue, for some, at least not for me, was the graphic style. I personally enjoy it, and I still enjoy it today. It holds up a lot better than the early 3D polygonal gaming. I'm gonna go off script here for a little bit. Now, I said that the game is good because of its customization. That's not the only reason, but that's the major underlying theme. And that its poor or bad qualities really are because it can be simplistic at times. However, I gotta say that that's not necessarily true. It being simplistic, and what it is also a good thing. Now, for those of you that say that video games are not art or have no intrinsic value outside of just entertainment, I gotta say that that's not true. Specifically because this game taught me basics of economics before I even knew what economics were. Now, yeah, I did know early basic math. If I have $2 and I want to buy an apple and it costs $1 to buy an apple, then I still have $1 left over, but I also have one apple. That's very basic economics, but this game teaches it in such a way. There's loans, there's interest, and obviously after a while it kind of molds together and you don't pay attention to it. But the fact that I learned something about the world at a younger age than I probably would have, gotta say, that brings value. And there's other games that do this, not just this one, but there's other games that teach valuable things about the world and still have entertainment. While this game is entertaining and mostly positive and upbeat, this game does have a dark side. Now, I really don't want to talk about it, but I feel as if I must. As many players would find out, death does occur in this game, and some would then go and create parks where the entire park was a death trap for the guests. However, if that wasn't disturbing enough, there is a even more morally and unethical tact in this game. It was an exploit that, when done correctly, would increase your park's value. Overcrowdedness, people being stuck, paths not leading to anywhere. So what one would do is they would take these people, congregate them together, and then drop them into water, essentially drowning them, dooming them to death in a horrible method to increase one's park value. Now, if you thought Death Park and the drowning and dissension like a dictator is problematic and very telltale of psychotic behavior, then maybe you should think about this one. One of the cheat codes in this game allows you to turn every person that's unhappy by renaming them into a happy person. You essentially wipe their mind and brainwash them to be smiley faces. I don't know. I think that kind of makes me think of something. Nope. Nah. I'm out of here. So that was Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's still fun to this day. There's some simplicity, sure. There's some glaring problems with that simplicity, but it's still fun, and it still allows you to create a theme park the way you want it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye. Hey everybody, if you like this video, please give us a like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate it. It really goes a long way for us. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and of course our main site, thehonorsgaming.com.